Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching your Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching your Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching your Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching your Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching your Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
That shit scared the fuck
It's
out of
lit,
me.
y'all. I started.
You are now watching your mans and them live. I'm your man's Bello.
Yes, sir.
Fuck
Your
me
man's
up.
Austin Felix.
And I'm your man Shakespeare in a random studio
don't hear you.
in Brooklyn, New York. I cannot hear myself. What? In a random
this
studio
whole thing
in
up.
Brooklyn, New York. This is
Your
Mans and them live.
Yo,
No
That's
journal?
because you be pressing like 40 buttons.
Hey, shout out to Kyrie Clash. Shout out to Gus the Third, who are not here with us today.
Yes, sir.
They are here with us in spirit. Today we got a special show. We got a special guest. He's not even a guest anymore at
It's
this
not
point.
even special.
Word.
Damn.
He's not even a guest at this point. This man is honorary Your Mans and them live family. Reggie Porter in the building, y'all.
Yes,
Clap it up for
sir.
Reggie Porter. Clap it up for Reggie Porter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out, Reggie.
How you feeling, my brother, my twin,
That's enough.
I'm feeling good, but
my evil twin? Yo, say,
who sat me next to me?
he's a hater.
It's all right.
He's always
It's
it's
can't go
yeah,
like that.
you know, twin shit. He hate on me, he hate on you. You feel me?
No, I
Shout
love
out,
it here, man. I love it here.
shout out to everybody in the chat. If you are in the chat, let yourself be known. Shout out to Ted G's.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, my boy. How you been?
Calling out Knicks Nation already.
Yes, Knicks Nation. Listen,
We live, baby. We live.
it's the best time to hop on the Knicks bandwagon again. All right? Y'all dummies who stuck with the Knicks throughout their whole time losing and shit. Y'all stupid. Y'all should have waited till they started winning like they are now and get back on the bed. What's wrong with them? What's wrong with these niggas?
What's
if
wrong
you
with
ever
you?
been a Knicks fan for as long as you can remember, you know you're a loyal person.
That's a fact. And
You went
I
through
know
a lot
some
of
of them.
trials and tribulations.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I'm happy to be here. You know what? I love it. I love it here. I love it.
Nah, it's definitely a
time.
good vibe.
It's a good time for New York.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yep. Yo, everybody in the chat, give us your playoff predictions. Who y'all think is gonna take the chip? Who y'all think is gonna win the next rounds? We want to hear all of that. And if there's anything you want to talk about in today's episode, just let us know. All right, so we gonna start it off. We're gonna start it off with shooting the shit. All right, so I got a question for y'all. Actually, I'm not even gonna pose it as a question. I'm just gonna pose it as my opinion.
Okay. Look at that. Brave.
All right.
I think that a lot of the times people be fake humble. And I think that being humble is a personality, is more so a personality trait. Like, I think some people are humble naturally, but I also think there are people who act humble, but they're not really humble, and you'll see it in certain ways. Like, for example, if someone who doesn't show off or doesn't, brag about anything, they purposely not do that, right?
Okay.
But let's say you challenge them in some type of way. All that shit goes out the window, and all of a sudden all that humble shit goes out the window because they were never really truly humble. And that shit annoys me.
So wait, so you mean like somebody that's like they play it like, oh, okay, I'm not braggadocious, like I don't have like this, I don't have that, but when their back is pushed against the wall, you're saying like all that shit goes out the window.
Not even back pushed against the wall, just on some regular shit. Like, you're not, like, if you're humble in all aspects, in my opinion. And I think people try and put on a humble face, but they're not truly humble. They do it as a saving face method, like as a way of like disarming the person to make them feel safe, but they're not really like that. Do you consider yourself a humble guy?
Man, I mean, it depends on the environment I'm in. It depends, cause I've always been taught like to be confident in myself, even though nobody really can tell you like by the book, like how to be confident step by step. So you kind of just gotta learn, like over time, through trials and tribulations. But
Right.
like being humble, you learn how to like you can't like some environments like you can't be. I don't know if it's just humble or maybe it's like too humble.
Why? Because niggas gonna try you?
So certain environments like so for my environment, for example, like certain times you gotta know like people have to know who you are. You have to stand out. You can't be humble if you're standing out. See, it's a contradiction. But in certain aspects, all right, for example, like, say I'm the producer, right? So
Yeah.
I make my beats, whatever, cool. If somebody's gonna tell me like, yo, I can get 2, 3, 4 other producers to like help create on the track or whatever, I'm like, no, fuck that. Cause that's my shit. I'm the guy.
Right.
I'm the guy to do it.
Right.
At the same time, if you put me in a room with like, let's say the top producers in the last 20 years, Pharrell, Hit Boy, like all of them.
You gotta humble yourself.
I gotta humble myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see what you're
It
saying.
depends on my environment.
Okay, I
But
see what you're saying.
Learning that, how to navigate that, only comes with like experience.
Yeah.
So it depends on the environment. Maybe,
I kind
maybe
of
don't know if
disagree
it's just a
with you,
general
though.
thing.
Okay.
I disagree because I think what you're saying, it doesn't give someone who is humble the opportunity to not be humble. I feel like they're humble, but then there's opportunities, like he said, where something may come up where you have to basically not be humble. It's like, yeah, I'm humble. I don't brag. I don't talk about my shit. Like I'm subtle. I'm living. I'm doing my thing. But I'm not flossing it. I'm not bragging. I'm not showing it off until I have to. Which in his case, like if you're a producer and you're in a room and you're selling your business or you're selling yourself, you have to, kind of step out of that humble zone.
Right.
But you go back into it when you're with your friends and your family and you're not flossing, blah, blah, blah.
But what I'm saying is if it's who you are, then there is no back and forth. Like if you're truly humble, you don't feel a need to have to show somebody anything or prove
there's
yourself
times where you have
to
to.
anybody. Why?
Because you're selling yourself or you're selling your service.
Sell yourself.
Well, you could sell yourself, but all right, the example you brought up, right?
Right.
It was like you were doing it to show like, nah, I'm that nigga.
Yeah.
With my beats and shit.
'Cause you got to think about it. If I don't do that, I'll get looked over.
Really?
I mean,
Wouldn't your product speak for itself?
All right, in a certain aspect, yes, but remember, you still got to put a face behind the product.
Right.
If the product sounds good, it's gonna sound good. People are gonna fuck with it, right?
Right.
But it's more beneficial for you as the producer, as the guy. Like, all right, my face is behind it.
I'm
So
not
now
gonna lie. I'm gonna have to. I gotta disagree with that because
Me or him?
you,
With you.
with the example that you gave, where you said, oh, if you was in a room with producers and they was like, oh, I got like 4 producers I want to get on this. You said, nah, that's my shit. But then you said you get into a room
think this
where
shit freezing.
you get into a room with Pharrell, you get into a room with Timbaland and all them. You gotta humble yourself,
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, to me, I see it as if I see those faces in the room, I gotta show them what I can do. I gotta show.
You talking about like the big names?
Yeah, I
Right?
gotta show out because like it's like basketball. I put it in basketball reference, right?
All right.
So if the first time Iverson played Jordan, right? He was in awe of Jordan. Like he saw him, he was like, "Yo, this is like it's like we playing God." I was playing God. Like I saw God. He had an aura around him, all that. But he still.
He created a highlight.
He
Yeah.
created a highlight. He played his game.
Right.
Even though, like, yo, I could say, like, yo, I could say somebody's the greatest, like, yo, I appreciate everything you do for the game or whatever. But when we step on that court, I can't be like humble.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I gotta
That's
be
not
a-
what I meant.
I gotta
though.
be a dog.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I
Oh,
meant.
okay.
See, when I said like if I'm in a room with those other producers, I said I'm gonna be humble. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna stand out. Remember now, like he alluded to, my product's gonna stand out for like just because if it's good.
The work is
Exactly.
gonna talk for itself.
But I'm not gonna be as braggadocious about it when I'm in the room with those people versus people that's just like, I don't want to sound like, like fucked up, but for lack of a better phrase, like at my level or like beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna translate well if I'm sitting in a room with Pharrell, Hit Boy, Metro Boomin, and I'm talking the same like, yo, I'm that nigga. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm good enough to be there. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, they notice me.
Right.
But I can't act like I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I kind of got to like humble myself, but still be able to showcase my talent.
still gotta
and
be
saying-
confident.
Yeah, I still got to be confident.
But
Because like you said, like with AI, like he was humble. Like I remember that he said, like, I saw Jordan, he was God.
Yeah.
But I'm going to still put you on this highlight reel. So
Right.
niggas got to
Right.
know, like, this is who I am. Respectfully, though. Respectfully.
Let me Shake. You think you a humble person?
I feel like that's not even up to me to say. Like, I mean, yeah, like I feel like I am in certain situations, but like I don't even like that's like people asking me like, "Oh, you think you funny?" Like I'm never going to be like, "Yeah, I'm hilarious." Like to me, I can't do that. Like I'm be like, "Yo, it's up to you." Like if you find me funny, all right, cool. But if I'm not, then if I'm not to you, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
But I can't.
You're never going to say to you, like, everybody,
Right.
yeah, I'm funny.
I'm not even gonna look in the mirror and be like, "Yo, I'm hilarious."
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying, like I
Like
don't,
you're not going around bragging and making it known that you're better than everyone.
right. I don't do that. No.
Yeah.
No, but in the face of competition, absolutely.
You that nigga, right?
You gotta be.
I'm that nigga.
Yeah.
I'm that nigga.
I just wanted to throw it out there because it bothers me when people be like, they claim to be a humble person, but then when something happens, you start to see them unravel, and I'm like, you really not a humble
But
person.
if you know the person, right? Is this only on occasion where you see them not be so humble, right? But most of the other time, they probably have opportunities to not be humble, but they're humble. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like I could be humble 6 days of the week, but on Saturday I gotta stand out. I gotta step up. I gotta let shit be known, right? I gotta check somebody or whatever. Like, but that doesn't mean I'm not humble. It's just I had to do it for that.
Yeah.
incident.
For that occasion.
I can
yeah.
see that.
Right.
I can see that. That makes sense. Yo, let us know in the chat how y'all feel about this topic. Also, let us know if you're having problems with the live, because mine keeps freezing. Anyway, moving on. We got, y'all saw the Ryan Garcia Tank Davis fight?
Yes, sir.
What y'all think about it?
Nah, you go first.
Shut up. No, don't get me wrong. Like it was a good fight.
Who you was going for?
I knew
Word.
I knew the outcome before. Like if you know boxing, you knew the outcome. But like I heard everybody was chirping about Tank, so I was like, fuck that. Let me go with Ryan Garcia. Let me root for the underdog. Boy, was that a mistake.
So you were rooting for him, but you didn't think he was gonna win.
No.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be a good fight. I didn't put it out there for him to win.
Okay. I didn't watch. That was my first time watching a Tank fight ever.
Really?
Dead ass, yeah. I saw some of his highlights, but I never actually seen a full fight. That shit was entertaining. And I used to watch Floyd fight.
Right.
Floyd, as amazing of a boxer as he is, had some of the most boring fights I've ever seen.
You think so?
As he got older.
Bro, all the fights that I seen, boring as fuck. Like I can't do all this fucking
Too much defense?
all this Philly shell shit, and it wasn't
That's
enough.
boring?
That's boring to me,
That's
I don't
crazy.
know.
You want to see niggas
bro.
brawl.
That nigga was pop, 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 pop. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
Tank's,
shit.
Tank's like if I could think of Tank, I think of like Floyd and Tyson. I watched Tyson talk about Tank, and Tyson was saying, yeah, he does some stuff that he used to do. Like,
Yeah.
That's how he's a power hitter, because he comes off his feet when he throws a powerful hit. Like, he's throwing his whole body into it. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like to think about, it's like Floyd and Tyson, like this. I mean, his numbers speak for it too. Crazy.
Imagine Floyd defense and Tyson offense. God damn.
Yeah, that's wild.
No, I called it.
That's wild.
He did.
I called it.
What'd you say? Body shot?
So I said body shot after this was the third round. So Garcia got knocked down
In the
second
second.
round.
In the second round, yeah.
And I told
he
him
got
in the
clipped.
third round, I said, yo, he's going for a body shot. Just by the way he's ducking and then leaning. Because I'm thinking to myself, why does he keep when he's ducking his Garcia's shots,
Yeah.
especially with the left hand, I'm like, he keeps ducking but leaning in at
Right.
the same time. Like he's looking for an angle.
Yeah.
And then you see throughout like 4, 5, and 6, he starts smiling.
Yeah. Oh, he was smiling the whole. Yeah, he was smiling a lot.
Floyd or the
confident.
money
Yeah,
team,
he was
you already
hella
know,
confident.
like when they start smiling doing that shit, he got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I said
he
to him
knew.
third round, I was like, yo, body shot. Because every time he's leaning, it's like he's loading up that left hand.
Yeah.
And he's just like waiting for the most opportune time. Now, I don't know if he was trying to like, you know what, I'm trying to just like test him, see if I can get the timer right. Or he's just like, yo, let me just prolong this shit so, it could be entertaining.
Yeah.
But every time I seen him duck, he's ducking a specific way. And I'm like, Garcia is not catching this shit.
That was
Yeah.
definitely
He's
a
not
good
catching.
fight, though.
Yeah,
was a good
OD
fight.
good. Yeah, it was good.
Garcia's a good fighter.
He's
He's
I
hella
thought-
talented.
I thought he was gonna
He's hella talented.
He's
Don't
definitely talented.
don't let him losing the Tank make it seem like he's
Nah, he's hella
not.
talented.
He's a
But
good fighter.
This is the issue I have with like boxing promotion, because every boxing fight that I've watched, and I'm not a huge boxing fan, but the ones that I do watch, like the hyped up ones, it never lives up to its like full potential of what they try and portray it to be. Like I feel like the UFC does a good job of promoting a fight, and then the fight selling it, but the fight actually being fucking
I've
lit.
seen some big fights that fucking ended, and I'm like, that shit was trash.
You talking about
Or-
ending
or
quick?
it ended quick,
Yeah.
or like, but
Hey,
that's
so
part
what
of
you
the
think
game.
about Tyson then? Because
That's
this
part
is
of the
ending
game.
quick.
Who, Mike?
Yeah.
I mean, that's different.
No,
He
we
was
talking
knocking
about 30
niggas out
seconds
in the
in the
first
fight.
round. That's different though. Like with Mike, you could not turn around or walk away, get popcorn, and come back. Like you couldn't do none of that shit.
Right.
But it really looked to me like it was a boy in the ring with a man for this fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat. The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Nah, but that's part of the game. Building up the hype, getting people to actually buy pay-per-view.
ticket, yeah.
But Garcia is trash. He's terrible at trash talking. He's terrible.
a lot of
He got-
dudes ain't like
He
that.
said, like, Tank said, he said, I'm gonna knock you, I'm gonna break your jaw. He was like, once I hit you, it's over. He's like, once I touch you, it's over. He was like, if I touch you anywhere, it's over. I said, hey, yo, like, what?
Terrible trash talking.
Nah, but I think they each get like 40 mil just off pay-per-view.
They got a bag.
That's crazy.
They got a
That's why this
bag.
nigga was so happy.
That's the buildup of it. Like that's the press conferences, the videos back and forth. All that shit
Yeah.
is on the internet purposely.
That's why they can
Yeah.
smile with each other afterwards.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
That nigga
and
did
they
not look
definitely
that
respect
sad.
each other.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like you'll think they hate each other leading up to it. They fight.
Ain't no way.
and then
Listen,
they,
listen.
tap
hell
gloves
no,
at the
hell
end. They
you
talk
can't
at the
tell me
end.
that. Ain't no way.
What?
Ain't no. Listen, when you hate somebody, especially like another guy, like from like man to man, when you hate, like you're gonna go at his neck. Garcia was terrible at trash talking.
Yeah.
There's no way you can sell me that. Yeah, like they hate each other. There ain't no way.
I'm not gonna lie, Tank's
Ain't
not
no
that good
way.
of a trash talker either.
Yeah, but it's like very like to the point. Like
Don't do that.
what?
Because after the fight, when he was giving the speech, when he was giving his speech after he won, how did he sound?
Who Tank?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
You was there.
I don't remember the speech.
That man sound dizzy. like
Oh, Tank?
Yeah.
I don't even remember the speech.
Yeah, I
you
didn't hear the
talking
speech,
about- I'm
but
talking
whenever
about
I hear
before the
Tank
fight, though.
talk shit, I'm like, yo, this not good. He ain't a Floyd.
Yeah,
He ain't a McGregor.
I mean, he might be a Floyd.
I mean,
Floyd can talk shit.
Yeah, but Floyd don't talk after the fight though. He won the fight. He don't really say much.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
Nah,
I
they
mean-
was showing love after the fight.
I mean, the buildup was like, it wasn't all that. Like, it wasn't.
Bro, they was on live talking about I'm gonna bet your purse. Like,
Yeah.
you don't hate each other. You're just trying to sell it, but you don't really look like you hate each other.
All right, to
They
wrap this up,
numbers is what
They
made it
numbers-
sell.
who do y'all
Because they both
want to see
undefeated.
fight next?
I would like to see
Everybody's talking about Haney.
definitely Haney. And
What's up, Devin Haney?
Yeah. Haney and Tank.
if Haney and Shakur go at it, I'll sit there for that.
I don't know who that is.
I haven't
but-
watched much of him to be honest.
And if I see Haney and Tank go, I might give the edge to Haney.
There was another guy named
Really?
Spence or something.
They said that Tank got Haney in sparring.
That's sparring though.
I mean, that's something. And
That's
they
like,
said Tank wasn't even in shape.
but that's like you saying like, oh, yo, I
beat him in
got you
practice.
in practice, and then when the game come, I smoke you.
Yeah.
True. That is true. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Let us know what you think about what you thought about the fight. Shout out Jigga in the chat. He says, never go against the money team. Y'all don't forget
Facts.
who raised him. Floyd, remember that. That's a
Facts.
fact. You definitely can't
That's a fact.
Forget
You're
that.
Gus in the chat. What up, Gus?
Shout out, oh shit, shout out Gus, shout out Big Joe. What up, y'all? All right, so next topic, we got a little topic that Shake wanted to talk about.
All right, so
I didn't even see him. I just yeah, my bad.
why are you sitting here?
I don't know what's happening.
Y'all put me here.
So anyway, I was watching Bel Air, and in the show Bel Air, like of course it's a dramatic take off the Fresh Prince, right? So in this take of the show, Jazz and Hillary are dating each other, right? So there comes a part to
My
where
nigga Jazz.
right, finally got the girl.
Finally got hit.
So
You ain't watched Fresh Prince, did you? Okay.
So in the show, there was a scene where, you know, Hillary had to, you know, make her social media bigger, and she wanted her mom to get attention for her artwork. So what she did was she put an event together that, you know, helped her social media and helped her mom's artwork. So to make the event even bigger, to put more light on it, she invited an ex of hers, who's a star football player on the show. But she didn't give like Jazz a heads up, like, oh, I'm gonna bring my ex to the event, so you know it bring more light to my mom's art and my social media. I feel personally that if you probably would have gave him a heads up, there might have been like a conversation to be had, like, yo, I don't really know, but at least you would have gave him the heads up.
Right.
It not doing that at all, even though it was for a good cause or it was for something good, I felt like it was kind of like a slap in the face to Jazz, because even though you was doing it for your mom or whatever the case may be, you didn't negotiate with me or talk to me about your ex being there. So what was
basically the topic is it okay to get a favor from an ex when you are in a relationship? I'm gonna say it depends on the favor.
Nope.
It depends on the favor.
Damn, just nope.
Nope.
Well,
What's the favor that you can ask me?
Maybe it's something that she's gonna need help with to surprise you for something.
Excuse me?
I don't get down like
Maybe.
You veered off course a little bit, my brother. But you had it.
So
and then you-
maybe she
Bro, no,
wants
wait,
to
wait,
do
wait,
something
before-
for you.
Wait.
Right?
Wait, time out. Before you finish,
Yeah.
you hit your ex up to help your current out with
Yep.
something.
Yep. That he can't do.
Are you letting that marinate? That he can't do, so I call my...
Facts. Yep.
It's a lot of red flags right there.
You see that I tried.
Not
right?
even.
I
Yep.
tried.
Yep.
All right.
Why no?
Them flags is black.
I tried.
Why wouldn't y'all let it happen?
My expectation is if we together, you are moved on from your ex. Completely.
But asking for a favor means you're not moved on.
You're moved on completely.
Moved on.
Moved on completely.
So you can't have no type of
No,
hey,
why?
what's up?
Why?
What if they work together?
If they work together, they work together. I'm not telling you to quit your job because, you know, y'all work at the same place, but whatever's outside of work, like, oh, because we got off at the same time, he decided to give me a ride home.
So if she could possibly get a favor from him, and they're in the same vicinity, they're still in the same social circles. Nothing. She can't get nothing from him.
Like, be realistic though. Like what are you saying?
Let's say they work together, and let's say something comes up. Let's say she wants to throw a birthday party for you, right? And he manages event spaces and all that shit, and she can get an event space for you for your birthday party. So she says, "Hey, I really want to get this event space for my boyfriend. Can you help me out?"
All right.
Yeah,
But does she tell her boyfriend though?
No, I'm just saying, is that okay? In your eyes, is that okay?
It's still kind of sus.
Getting an event space, okay, I understand that. But
That's a
that's not
favor.
that's not something involving the ex having to be there in person. That was the main thing of this point.
She
like,
used them for the connection. I get what you're saying.
yeah, she used them for the connect in order to bring more light to her social media. So he had to be there in person.
Okay.
Because he was a star. All
Right.
All right.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in my scenario, I feel like that
Like an
that
event space?
I feel like that could
Yeah,
work. Like
I
just
feel
because
like, yeah.
you can get a favor from an ex without it being super disrespectful, as long as it's like there are no like boundaries crossed.
But I think with that specific scenario, you're better off consulting your significant other, unless you're trying to surprise them.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Oh, if you're
surprise.
trying to
That was
surprise
my
them,
that
yeah.
was my scenario
Okay.
to where I feel like, all right, you did what you did. It's what it is.
I'm on the lines with like if it depends on the favor. It really depends on the favor, but you can't like.
That's
you can't
one for
be
Bello.
Go find
extremes.
something. Nah, go find another event
It
space.
depends
this
on the
nigga,
favor.
man. What's up with you?
Go find another event space.
Why?
Because you opening the door creates room for opportunity.
What opportunity? She's with you in a secure relationship.
Yeah, but there's always some outside things trying to destroy your relationship.
I wish Tiny was here so she could call you insecure.
I don't give a
Let
fuck.
her go. She not watching? Let her go.
All right, let me read the chats real quick. Creative Myth says, I'm behind, but Shakur Stevenson is one of the most talented young boxers. I thought this was about our topic.
Damn.
I will always have my bet on him no matter who he fight. But yeah, other than that situation, I don't really see myself. I don't want to see my girl asking her ex for anything.
Right.
But there are certain situations where it would kind of be okay.
Yeah,
like
really.
Yeah,
that.
like
Realistic
realistically,
situations.
it depends on the situation. Like he was saying, like if like they work together and they get off at the same time. Like no, like that's clipped.
Right.
First of all, I wouldn't even realistically be like, so I'm supposed to fuck with you while you dating. Well, we're supposed to be dating, and then you're still working with you. That doesn't make any. That's just weird. I would never do that.
Well, that can happen. You could still.
I would never
You could
put
probably
myself-
come across
Yeah.
that more
I would never put
frequently.
myself in that.
She could have been in a relationship with
Never.
someone in her job, and then
I
and then
wouldn't
they
wanna
break
know.
up.
I wouldn't want to know.
You wouldn't want to know if her ex worked with her.
She's working, right? She's spending 8 hours
A day with her ex.
with her ex.
Yeah.
Away from you.
Yes.
Did he not just talk about temptations?
But
and
why do you not want to know that? That's something you should want to know, no?
Because I tell her to quit her job.
You
You fucking crazy?
you gonna support her lifestyle?
Yes. She's my woman, right?
Telling her to quit is crazy.
Shit. You
Tell
better
her-
stay.
but-
And then
Stay
sitting by
at that job.
8 hours for 40 hours a week. She's
Yeah.
with her ex.
That's what most
Temptation.
What they
relationships
do on lunch
form.
breaks?
That's why a lot of relationships form at work because people are spending all their time
Exactly
together.
why she needs to quit
It's
her
all right,
job.
they just gonna be fucking in the break room. It's not that serious.
Exactly my point.
What?
You ever dated someone at work, Shake?
Exactly why.
Fucking
It's
sick of this
exactly
nigga.
why.
I don't know. That silence said a lot.
Shout out Melody in the chat. Shout out Lee. Lee says, I'm sorry, Melody says, absolutely no. No ex should be involved. Get someone else to do it. And Lee says, as long as it doesn't,
No. I said no.
as long as it doesn't involve exchanging anything, just a plug or an introduction to someone who can help, but no money or goods or services exchange.
That sounds like
I could-
literally
I
a
could agree
text
with
from
that.
conflict of interest.
That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
You know what's crazy? Let's say you got an ex, right? Fuck, I can't ask these niggas shit. I feel like I can't ask these niggas anything. Look at their face. Look at their faces.
Ask away.
Not well, you obviously not in contact with any of your exes, are you?
No.
Okay, are you? Okay. Are you? My fuck, thank you, God. Yo, listen.
I'm sorry.
If you in a relationship, right? Your ex hit you up.
Right.
She says, "Hey, I need to borrow $100. I come across some hard times."
No.
You're not gonna send her the 100. Really?
Nah.
Is it out of respect for your girl or
of
is it
respect for
just
my girl.
period? Out of respect for your girl?
Because remember, I'm taking into account the question that you're asking me.
Right.
For $100?
Right.
No. Now, if you say it's like, oh, I need like 20K or something, I know like it's something like serious. $100, you're talking about, I just need $100. Like for what?
not giving you 20K.
If she
Well,
asks for anybody else.
wait.
If you
she
can't
asks
give
you-
her
No,
$100,
no,
you
you
talking
didn't, no,
about?
you didn't understand what I said. I said, listen to what I'm saying. if she just hit me up saying, "Hey, can I have like $100?" Ain't nothing that serious enough for you. We can't get $100.
I'm
from
short
somebody
on
else.
rent, $100. I need $100.
She can get rent from her daddy or her brother. You don't need me for that. But I know, like I'm saying,
So,
I'm not saying I would give her $20K. I'm saying if she's asked me for like a crazy lump sum, all right, I know like, damn, like shit, I just got,
Okay,
I
let's
got
say it was
cancer
a
and
crazy.
I have to pay medical bills or something.
You would
know what
help
I'm saying? It's something serious.
So
I
if
would
she
consider
had,
it.
If she had cancer and she
I
needed
would
20K in medical bills, you would
I
help
would
her.
consider it. Obviously, depending on the ex, I would consider it. But I'm saying that's something to consider.
I'm sending
$100-something, like no, fuck. You don't,
I'm sending
you
her
don't
a
need
link
that.
to Care
No.
Credit.
What
What's
the fuck
that?
is that?
Care credit. I've had that before.
That's the
Care
it's,
credit?
the it's like the healthcare like credit card type shit.
If somebody think about it, though,
You
somebody
need bread, sign up for Care
and somebody
Credit.
you
Don't
was
ask me for
intimate
no
with though,
bread.
somebody you was intimate. You shared a relationship with this
I ain't
person,
no
and they
fucking
was
bank.
like dying or some shit. You wouldn't help him out.
I'm helping.
You wouldn't help him out, so bro. Come on, bro. Let's be realistic.
If my
you
ex
intimate with
asked me for,
somebody.
and it's happened to me before. I've been in a relationship and I had an ex hit me up. And She was like, "Yo, I'm going through this. Can you send me this? I'll send it right back." I sent this. She sent it back later
But
on.
were you dating with somebody at the
I
time?
was in a relationship. Yeah,
Did you talk to your
I
partner?
did not
about
tell
it?
her. Fuck no.
You
Are
should
you
tell her.
crazy?
Nah, you should tell her.
Hell no.
Are you
would've-
crazy?
I ain't
You should
saying
tell her for
shit.
what?
It's work.
Well, don't be looking at me with no fucking judgmental look.
You should tell
Yeah,
her.
you are.
Did you have great communication with
But
that?
you
with
didn't
that
tell her
woman?
for a reason. Is what I'm saying. That's
Of
the
course,
same reason
I
why
didn't
we
tell her
saying no.
because I know she gonna blow it out of proportion.
Yeah, exactly.
You think it's worse her finding out you did it, or just telling her?
How she gonna find out?
How do they always find out?
She ain't gonna find
They
out.
always find
You
out.
ain't buying the tickets to go see Cisco, but you ain't
They always gonna find out.
Let us know in the chat if y'all exes hit you up while you're in a relationship. Are you gonna send them? If they hit you up for bread, are you gonna send them the bread? Lily says, "Huh? 20K, and she's asking you. You're the only person she can ask for a loan. Nah, ask the bank. Depending
Facts.
on the ex is a red flag, my brother. Even if y'all good, if you."
Who said that? Lily?
Lily.
I love you, Lily.
Melody
That's all I'm
says,
saying.
"My ex would never ask me for money. The answer will always be no, respectfully." Okay. Y'all some savages, man. Y'all
Some savages.
gotta, if y'all exes need help,
They must have very bad relationships.
I'm not gonna lie, I could hit up my ex, not all of them. I could hit up some I could hit up some of them and ask them for some bread. They'll give it to me.
Listen, I think in conclusion, right? If you just like like you really had some really bad relationships or like bad breakups. Cause I'm just saying like you love somebody or intimate with somebody, like whatever, like
Right.
that's somebody you cared about at one point. If y'all are still cool or y'all are, y'all broke it off and y'all cordial, I don't see a reason why, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying do it just because it's your ex, but like at least consider it. Like, bro, if somebody's in dire straits, I can help, I'm gonna try to help.
Right.
Depending, but again, I can navigate the boundaries. But it's just like if it's something where like the scenario that he's talking about where the person gotta beat it, like no, that's you doing too
Well,
much.
the question is, do you tell your partner that you're helping them?
Me, I would tell my partner.
If it's something that's like, this is real serious,
If
I'm
it-
like, hey, so and so, I feel bad, blah blah blah. Should I
feel like
help?
you should console. I feel like you
Should
should
I
console.
help?
You should console your partner.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's something that's serious, quote unquote, you
Mm-hmm.
should console your partner. I'd rather tell them like, listen, this is how I feel. Like this person needs my help. It's a serious situation, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if it's like asking for permission.
I was
at
about
that
to
point.
say, and it should
Is it-
just be a conversation. Like, I'm not telling you I'm doing it. I'm not asking you I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm bringing it to your attention.
But again, this is for somebody that I once cared about. And if it's somebody like I was fucking with, I don't give a fuck with. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Hit me up. Like, but I'm talking the way you're phrasing the question, somebody I once cared about and they need my help. It's just not in me to just like turn my back, like, no, fuck you. Like, we was, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me personally.
All right, let me read these
But I definitely
comments
gotta
and then we
sit
can
for
move on. Lily says, "No, I just have boundaries and I'll ask my 3 cousins twice removed before I do that. I don't have an ex, so." You don't have an ex?
Who don't got an ex?
Lily?
I think she's saying in reference to that, like she would ask her 3 cousins once removed.
Oh.
Before like her ex probably
you're right.
don't
Yeah, but she
exist.
said before
No,
I
but she
do
said
that,
she
but
don't
I
have an
don't
ex.
have an ex, so.
Oh.
Lily, you don't got an ex? You
got
never
no
been
ex?
in a relationship? What we talking about here? Melody says, "I get along pretty well with my exes, but there are certain things they just won't do. Asking for money is one of them." I'm assuming you mean something you won't do.
Exactly. But she's saying it all. She's really saying it all depends. That's what she's really saying. She just said money's not one of them.
I don't think
just
that's what she's
saying.
saying. All right, moving on. News on the scroll. Wait, Lily, you don't have any exes?
That's weird.
Lily?
That's weird. And her name Lily. She definitely got names.
What does that mean?
Yeah, her name. Lily.
All right, let me ask y'all a question real quick, right? Let's say you got a girl. She has a kid.
Nope.
All right. Hypothetical, you're dating a girl with a child, Reggie. She decides that she wants to go to Disney World with her child and her child's father. How would y'all feel about that?
Nope.
So when we going?
Oh, you'll go with them?
Yeah. Yeah. When are we going?
Wait. She's inviting you, or she's saying that she's going to Disney World with
She's
the
saying
child's
she's going to Disney World with the child's father.
father? Without you.
I mean, yeah, with or without you.
It's the father's plan.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a mother and father thing.
Oh.
What do you think?
You go ahead.
I think the gesture is. I understand the gesture. You want to have both parents there for experience in the kid's life, right? Like a graduation, like a whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
A trip to Disney, cool. I probably would not be cool with it. But I mentioned to y'all, I wouldn't be with someone who has a kid, you know.
Because of that.
Yeah, like those are the type of conflicts that I want to avoid when I'm with somebody, right?
baby daddy.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, you can't, because I understand the root of why they're doing it, and it makes sense, but I probably won't be comfortable with it. I can't really do nothing there, right? So it's like, it's a lose-lose for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if I could avoid that by not dating someone or talking to someone who has a kid already, I'll do that.
Does it really make sense though for someone to if you are not together with the dad anymore, why do y'all have to do things together with your child?
Nah, it makes sense for the pair bonding. Like, you want both parents, to be together for the kid. But in that aspect, I would just tell her to go be with the baby father.
But that's not how co-parenting works.
It depends on. I guess it depends on the age of the child.
You said that's not how co-parenting works?
No, usually when people co-parent, they have it. I get my kid, we get the kid on this day, we get the kid. The mom gets the kid on this day, dad gets the kid on this day.
I think co-parenting.
You guys don't have to do things together
But I
with
think
the
they do. I
child
think
for
they
you
do
to build a
show up.
relationship.
I
with
think
them.
they do show up for the child for like special occasions.
Yeah,
like
birthdays,
stuff like that.
Disney is
So
kind
what
of
is the
like
point?
Disney is a special occasion.
No, it ain't.
Yes,
Disney
How many
is
times you been to
trash.
Disney?
None.
Okay.
That shit is trash.
Right.
How you know?
It's trash.
When you was a kid,
That shit is just-
I feel like Disney is
none
special.
of that makes sense to me though.
I feel like Disney is a special
You been
occasion
to
for your
Disney?
kid. No. Well, I have. Actually, I have.
Did you forget you went to Disney World?
Yeah, because I went.
don't think
I was there as an adult.
Oh, okay.
Not Disney Land World, whatever, but
It
I
is
was
Disney
at,
World and Disney.
I was at the water park in the Animal Kingdom.
In Orlando?
Yeah.
And what about you? You been?
Nah, I don't think I've been to. I might have been when I was younger, but I don't remember.
You're like a splish splash kid.
I've been to Split Splash. I've been to Universal, but I don't think I've been to Disney World. But none of that makes sense to me. I might, this might go viral or some shit, but I think that co-parenting shit is stupid. That shit is so stupid. Doesn't make any sense. So you're supposed to, all right, so you and your baby father don't work out, right? Now y'all not together, but you still looking for basically a man. And now the man comes into your world and he's not supposed to just take care of you. He's supposed to take care of a kid that's not his. But then for these special occasions or moments, the baby father still got to be there. Like, me personally, if he's not dead, there's no point in you being with anybody else. That co-parenting shit is stupid. Work it out. What the fuck? That's like your baby's father. Work that shit out. Because now you're going to tell me I had to provide for you and your kid that's not mine?
Well,
And then
sometimes you
gotta
can't
put
work
me
it
in that
out.
predicament?
Yeah, you can't work it out.
Sometimes you can't.
Work that shit out.
All right.
Sometimes being together is more toxic than
Right.
than
Then
you guys
don't
not.
have a kid.
Come on.
That's not how it works.
easier
Don't
said
have,
than done.
That's not
bro.
right.
If you're in a relationship, first of all, you know when a relationship is toxic before you even try to plant that seed.
That's not true.
That's not true. bro.
Sometimes relationships get toxic over trials and tribulations of said
So
relationship.
you tell
Some
so you
people plant
telling
the seed too soon.
hold on. So you're telling
That
me
too.
most of the time people just plant the seed without even thinking, you know what, this relationship is toxic.
I would
How
say,
do you think it
I would
happens
say most of the time you can tell if a relationship is toxic before going forward. But I'm saying there are situations where sometimes it happens later on. Sometimes you guys are together for like 6 months.
I mean,
you
yeah.
get her pregnant, and
No,
then
no,
you
but
don't
you
find
gotta-
out she
But you
toxic
got to
until a
remember
year
too,
later.
somebody who's been together for years could have a kid, and the challenges of having a kid with somebody can separate you.
No,
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
no, I'm
That
saying,
too. Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying that doesn't exist, but I'm just saying for the most part, most people, you wouldn't know the person you're laying down with and having a child with. And like how many times you see like, oh, they show up at the baby shower or whatever, right? The father's there, the mother's there, baby shower, and then all the pics on IG come down. Now they don't have a father no more.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like you knew that person before you
But
laid down
here's
with
the
them.
thing. Here's the thing.
So they shouldn't be having sex.
Sometimes it comes. Shit sound like that. Go on. Sometimes it comes to a point to where you said like, oh, you know if the person's toxic before you lay down with them. Sometimes they don't show that side until after maybe you conceive. You might be having a baby and then they showing this completely different side.
No. I said I know that exists, but I'm saying I don't think that's the majority of situations.
True.
I could agree with that. That's
I'm not saying you're wrong.
The majority.
I agree with you. I'm saying like you don't like this person for some reason after the child comes, they're just a deadbeat or they're ass. Like I get it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But I'm saying for the most part, I'm talking about situations where most of the time you understand you probably plan out your life together,
right?
Kid, whatever. But I'm saying like, oh, it just don't work out. I don't believe that shit, bro. Like, work that shit out.
But if you're not,
you have a child.
But right, you have a child. So if you know for your child, it's healthier for us as two consenting adults to not be together, because when we get together, things don't go right.
Okay.
And that could be more detrimental to the child than it is for each other.
Okay. All right. Now let's take that point and run with it.
Right.
You think it's easier to be together, like you said, detrimental, or it's easier to be apart and trying to co-parent?
It's easier to be apart.
That doesn't make no sense.
No,
The reason
sometimes
why
it really does make sense.
It's easier to
Sometimes
be apart,
it's
bro.
easier to be apart. I'm telling you, because sometimes it gets really toxic and it's bad for everybody. And that to put a kid through that is tough. So a lot of times you got to just do it separately.
Sometimes just being there for the child works for.
So whatever happened till death do us part, not till
come on now,
Reggie, come on.
I'm just saying though. What's happened to that though?
The same person that's not getting married until 35. Come on, man.
35 is coming soon.
Come on, man.
35 is around the corner. 35 is
I'm not
around the
gonna lie,
corner.
that's probably gonna be me too. But
Well, you Haitian, I know.
wow.
All right.
Can't stand y'all niggas. That is why I don't deal with women with children though, or like I prefer not to, just because of that whole
kind of stuff. Yeah.
And
You don't think that situation is toxic too?
I think that bond that you have with your baby father or your baby mother, I don't think that ever goes away. I think that's something that's there forever. And who's to say I invest in you and I put my eggs in your basket and you decide to rekindle what you got going on with your baby dad, your baby moms, like. That's too much of a risk for me.
You guys shared. You guys created a life, a whole human being together.
Exactly. That's a bond right there.
I'm not trying to sound fucked up or naive, but I'm just saying like you created a whole life together.
Absolutely.
Like there's no. I'm just saying. I'm speaking for me, not in general. For me, there's no way I'm not trying to work shit out with my baby mother. No, that's my baby mother.
Yeah.
Like I'ma cherish that shit. I created a life with you. Yo, we arguing. We don't talk for like 5 days. What's going on? We need to work this shit out.
But that's the thing.
We have a kid.
That's the thing. And the way you have your viewpoint set up, you're not trying to just see your baby mother leave a situation or you trying to co-parent. You're going to try to make it work. But in some cases, people just know like, yo, we don't work together.
Right.
But we going to come together for our kid. We don't mix well.
I get it. No, I'm saying like now, all right. So you're gonna come together for the kid. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not disagreeing with you. You come together for your kid. You know, maybe co-parenting works, but now you create another toxic situation now because she dating him now, right? But now she got a co-parent with you. How do you think that's gonna make you? You don't think that's toxic for him or detrimental to him?
That's not his kid.
But again, it's not his kid. But he's in the relationship, so it becomes his kid anyway. Even if he doesn't want it.
Right.
So I'm saying now he got to be able to plan dates where like, yo, I can't take the trip to Florida with this kid because I got to ask the baby father. Now I have to speak to a baby father who I don't know, probably don't even like. You know,
you're gonna end up having to know.
You having to know. Like, I don't want to be in that situation.
All right, let me read these comments real quick. Lily says, shout out to Lily in the chat for being super active tonight.
Yes.
She says, if it's not their B-Day, Disney can be done with one parent But depends on the occasion and the age of the child. I went to Disney without my parents as a kid, but things happen. People get divorced or keep children with people who they don't want to be with. Couldn't be me, but it happens. But staying together for the sake of a child doesn't always end up beneficial to the child. I've seen people who are the product of their parents staying together for them, and they hate their parents for it. But not everyone put that much stock in who they have children with.
She
I
typing
agree.
a lot.
I agree. Nah, she's spitting facts though.
Yeah.
She's spitting facts. All right, we're gonna have one more news on the scroll, and then we can move on to what's the word?
Hold on, before we move on, I'm gonna need everybody that's in the chat to like
Please
the video.
please like the video.
Like the
Please like
vid.
the video. Please share the video to let people
Like the
know
motherfucking video.
that your man's in them is live. But most importantly, like the video.
Jigga said, but everybody just need a hug.
I hear that, Jigga.
He's not
That's a
wrong.
fact.
You're not wrong.
He's
yeah.
not,
hear
he's not
that.
wrong.
Yo, I can't find the post, but basically the post was talking about quiet quitting relationships. You ever heard of that?
Never.
So basically, two people are in a relationship. Let's say one person decides, for whatever reason, maybe time, growing apart, they just feel like they don't want to be in a relationship anymore. So they don't come out and say, I'm done with this relationship, but they stop doing certain things. Like they'll stop, they'll start taking away signs of affection, or they'll start doing things to maybe push that person away, and they call it quiet quitting.
It's like
That's switch up.
slowly growing apart.
Right.
Switch up.
Right, but it's purposely being done on the person's side.
Oh, I used to
so
do that all the
I'll
time.
ask y'all.
I've
I was
done it
about to
before.
ask. Have y'all done that before?
I've done that many
How do you
times.
feel about that? About quiet quitting a relationship?
That shit was fun.
I don't.
That shit was fun. I ain't gonna lie.
It's not as, I guess, let's say painful.
The fuck up.
Oh damn. I think it's not as painful when you separate if you quiet quit. Well, maybe not for you.
I feel like that leaves the person that you're doing it to with a lot of questions. Instead of giving them the closure that they want, or just closing the chapter on that period, leaving quietly or whatever the fuck you doing is doing more damage than anything. That's how I feel about it personally. I'd rather you just be straight up.
Reggie?
Nah, back in my day, I used to do that shit all the time, man. I used to,
How do you feel
I used to
about
What
purposely.
you mean back in your day? You mean yesterday? Like, which day?
My brother.
Which day?
Oh, are you single or you in a relationship? All right. All right, never mind.
It's no comment right now.
All right.
Um,
Shit. Y'all niggas is pulling teeth for y'all niggas, man.
It's no comment right now.
You too.
Just
Nah,
hey,
just playing
hey,
with you. He said nah.
hey, just know I'm happy. Anyways,
Just know I'm happy.
I used to do like back when I was younger, man. I used to like I didn't know how to break up. That was my thing. I didn't know how to break up with girls, like break it off or whatever. So I just like you said, like just like recluded myself from certain shit, whatever. And I kind of just waited to the point where I just like I know she about to break up. And I was just playing it out in my mind, like how she gonna do it? Like
It's
where
true.
is she gonna bring me to this
That's
spot?
what
Is she gonna do
happens.
it this? Is she gonna cry? Is she gonna, like I don't. And I sat there most of the time just looking like
That's
I knew
what
this shit was
happens.
gonna happen.
That's
Yo,
what happens. That's
I'm
how
not
you
gonna
get them.
lie.
You don't feel guilty either.
I don't feel guilty.
No.
No.
Nah, she
Either
the
way,
one-
you
she the
gonna
one
feel
that ended
guilty.
I still did a lot.
Yo, listen.
It's the truth.
I've done it before too. I've done both sides. I've quiet quit, and I've just straight up said, listen, this is not working, this over. I say up front, when you tell someone to their face that it's
Right.
not working out, it hurts like a bitch because you're hurting that person.
Right.
I remember one ex, she started crying, snot coming out her nose, like all types of shit. Yeah, that's right there. That shit. And that shit made me feel like shit. But I felt like I was over, like literally maybe 2 days later, I was fine. Because
It's when you did it in person.
my conscience was free. Like I said what I had to say, and I
It
made
was done,
sure
and
it
that
was
was
done. When I did it the other way, I felt like such a coward because the person, it's like Shake said, you leave that person with so many questions.
Right.
Like it's not they don't really know exactly why it didn't work out. They just know you kind of gave up and you left it to them. They didn't want the shit to end, but you're kind of forcing it.
It's
more
like gaslighting, kinda,
it's-
right?
Yeah,
It is, yeah. It's a form of gaslighting.
It's more like, all right, you taking it slow and peeling back like
Right.
yourself, but it's like I'm showing you the future. Like,
Damn, nigga.
yeah, I'm showing you the future. I'm showing like you could the female starts to see, oh, this is a downward trend. Right. Like I'm starting to sense that this is not gonna go far.
Right.
And that makes it easier than the straight up cutoff.
Yeah.
That's what my opinion. Like that's where it worked in the
Could
past.
you see how that's like torture to somebody else though?
Back then, I didn't care.
You said yeah?
Yeah, I guess.
I didn't care.
Yeah, some
I don't
selfish niggas.
Word.
I didn't care.
I didn't
Because
care
in
when
my
I
mind,
did
it's
it
like,
either.
all right, it's my like. See, back then, I didn't know it was gaslighting. I was young, but the way I was thinking about it was, if she comes to the conclusion that I already came to, then we're good. That makes sense.
You're the biggest piece of shit.
Yo, Lily says, I really don't like y'all XYs. Wow, Lily. Jigga says, nah, it's painful because the person you doing that to is still trying to make it work and is finding hope to see if there's something still there. When you quiet, shaking my head. But if you hungry, you would talk.
I think you mean humble. I don't.
We'll go hungry.
I do want to say something. Like,
What's up?
I noticed actually when you just brought it up. When I did, what was it called? Quiet
Quiet
quitting.
quitting.
When I did quiet quitting, right? The girls that actually broke it off with me, like they never tried to get back with me, nothing like that. Like when they decide it's over, when a woman's fed up, like it's over, right?
Yeah.
The girls that I told the face up, straight up to, it's like, are we really over? Then we start playing that game, like, hey, like, I know I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks, but bitch, I said it's over. I know, but I miss you. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, when they come to the conclusion, like, it's over, like, yeah, I know it's over. I've been new a few months ago.
When they come over to talk mad times and they just end up.
Yeah, but if I tell you to your face, like, yo, like, it's not working out, whatever, like, you have a clear message, and it's just like, they don't have it, and it's not set in their mind like that, it's over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the irony of it, in my experience. If that makes sense.
You kind of stringing them on a little bit still.
No.
I mean,
No,
you are stringing them on.
I tell you it's over, but it hasn't registered in her mind that it's over. So they still texting you, hitting you up.
Oh, you saying if you cut it off completely?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like if I cut it off, like you saying like to her face, it's for some reason in my experience it still hasn't registered like, oh, like we really done.
Yeah.
But I can still call you. Oh, I can still text. It's like no. I said we're done. Like I'm going. As opposed to me quiet quitting, it's just like when I'm quiet quitting, yeah, I quit 3 months ago. You're just now getting on, but you already made it in your mind like, oh, we're done. So once she says we're done, we're done.
Listen, some people like to take the
weird.
Band-Aid off fast. Some people like to take it off
It's
slow.
weird.
It's just
Quiet
that's
quitting,
just the.
Listen,
that's
I would
just-
say
that's it.
just tell.
Do y'all not
just
know the
tell her.
purpose of a fucking Band-Aid? It's to cover a wound. Y'all ripping y'all taking your time with this damn wound. That's
They
what y'all
taking the
doing.
skin off with the
No,
Band-Aid.
you took the Band-Aid off, put your finger in it, twisted it, like you did all types of.
Put your finger in it.
Yo, Jigga says Bello didn't get the joke. Would be quiet quitting, but would still talk to get some food. Oh, I see what you're saying. When you still trying to leave. Okay, got you.
Hold on.
Got you. Alright. Yo, y'all want to get into Ears to the Streets?
Sir.
So Ears to the Streets, we got a few topics on Ears to the Streets. Right now, we could talk about. Do y'all want to talk about your food review?
Oh yeah.
No.
You do? You done?
Food review?
Oh, no, we can skip that.
God damn, y'all niggas.
I mean, I had it.
Yeah, I know.
I had the
But
food,
the plan
but
was to get something before here.
yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, true.
forgot.
the chicken we had was not Jollibee.
I think if we met up at 7,
Wow. Went there. All right.
Waka Flocka.
Waka.
girl, the way you moving.
Yo, Waka Flocka had made some comments earlier this week, and he said that basically, No Hands should have won a Grammy. And when he said it, that shit, I was like, No Hands didn't win a Grammy? Like, that shit was
Right.
kind of shocking to me. It was such a big song, you kind of figured that it did win a Grammy, or it should have won a Grammy.
Why did he say it should win a Grammy?
I'm assuming because it didn't. Because it was
No,
one
I'm
of the
saying like,
biggest songs.
what was his reason? He just say, or was he like?
Yeah, he just said it should have won a Grammy. That was his opinion. It was a big song. That was a smash.
Yeah, but there's a lot of big songs that year, Waka. Sorry.
Yeah,
What-
but
what
that
year was it?
song,
Nah, that
Probably
song.
like
That song.
08,
different.
09.
that song comes on now and it's still moving shit.
Yeah, but that's the remember Grammys. All these award shows is politics, really. Like just because you don't win a Grammy doesn't mean it hasn't resonated with like majority of people. Like, your song still plays till now. Like,
Right.
in the, clubs, party, whatever. Like, it
That
still
never
plays.
got a Grammy.
It never got a Grammy, but it's not going to get a Grammy. But, sometimes it's just like, yeah, some Grammy songs that like, you've probably never heard of. There's a lot of Grammy.
A lot of the Grammys that
You've
that
never
win, I
heard of
never
them.
heard these niggas. So, but my thing is like, shit like that, they should get it right. And there's so many instances when they don't.
They never gonna get it right.
Like, I'm still on the Kendrick losing to fucking Macklemore. I will forever be
Right.
on that
They never
shit.
gonna.
Right.
I'll
That-
forever be on that shit.
They've been trying to make up for it ever since.
Word,
That was
giving
that was
them
a-
all the
that was
Grammys.
an album or
That was for
song?
Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Oh, you went for album.
That was for Good Kid, Mad City. Ted G says that's not a Grammy song, to be honest.
What's the award? Song of the year, right?
Yeah, song of the. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your song of the year.
Yeah.
See, if for song of the year, I feel like you Look No Hands could have got that could have got a Grammy for song of the year because that shit had us in a chokehold.
Yeah.
But remember, you gotta remember now. It played everywhere. We went everywhere we know. But did it play across the country?
I believe so. But
I think it did, but you got to think about the demographic that it hit.
the reason why I say I think so is because of the three people involved in that song. You had Waka Flocka, you had Roscoe Dash, you had Wale.
Right.
I think Roscoe Dash is from Atlanta as well.
I think he's from Atlanta.
You had Waka Flocka who
DC,
had
DMV.
Yeah, you got a DMV. So I feel like it had some reach.
Yeah. But it wasn't nominated though.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think it was nominated either.
For it to not even be
Wait,
nominated
they
is
Yeah,
crazy.
I think
They
he
do record
should
of
have
the
said
year
for it to
and
not
song
be.
of the year.
If he said for it to not be nominated, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it was even nominated.
Like, winning is one thing, but to be nominated, that's because that song was everywhere. I think it was probably his biggest song.
Yeah, that and Hard in the Paint.
Yeah.
I think it was bigger than Hard in the Paint.
All right, for sure.
I think it was bigger than Hard in the
definitely,
Paint.
definitely.
Yeah. Roscoe Dash. ROSEOE. That's his show.
Put it on me.
Please. Nah, that was definitely a fire song. There's a lot of shit.
And I've been going ham. Shorty
So-
upgrade from Bologna.
Another Ears to the Street topic. Shake, you said we had a topic talking about female rappers not getting the attention.
Sorry.
What?
2010 is when I just checked on Apple Music. That's when that song that it was released. 2010. 2010, Beyonce won Single Ladies. Song of the year.
You're not gonna be single ladies.
Trash.
I'm not gonna
Come
lie.
on now. I was not a single lady then. Listen.
I'm not gonna lie. Single ladies is beating No Hands.
I don't even like single ladies, but
That shit was when that shit came out, nigga. I was sick of these bitches.
Even more reason for Walker to win.
I was definitely sick
I
of them.
agree.
They wasn't shaking ass to single ladies.
They was shaking hands. They was doing this shit.
Yeah,
That was the problem.
Put a ring on it.
That was
Why am I sitting next to him?
Yo.
Why am I sitting next to him? Who put me here?
Yo, this nigga's funny. All right, we might as well move on to what's the word. We got a lot of time. Yo, let us know in the chat. Yo, also, if you are in the chat, make sure you like the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed, and let us know what you think. Does No Hands deserve a Grammy? Do y'all even know what No Hands is? Ladies, do you do it with no? Never mind. All right, our what's the word topic for today
get you out of
is. Do y'all believe in work-life balance?
Work-life balance. It's not something I believe in. It's something I got to do.
So you believe in it?
It's not a religion. It's life. You got to balance work and life.
How do you balance work and life?
I mean, long story short, you just do what the fuck you got to do.
Alrighty then.
okay.
Great
That's what
answer.
you got to do.
Great answer.
In-depth analysis.
Shake,
I said long story short, right?
Shake.
I believe in it. I'm living it because, like, to be honest, like, yeah, I go to my job, do the work to collect a paycheck. But what I really like to do is things like this, creative stuff, which I don't get paid for. I'd rather do that more.
Right.
But I know I have to go to this job and collect the check.
Right.
Do you feel like you have a balance right now, or what is your ideal balance like between work and everything else out of work?
I mean, I feel like I have a decent balance of it. I mean, would I like to do more on the more creative side? Absolutely, because I find myself at work thinking of ideas for the creative side.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not really like when I'm at work. I guess I'm not really thinking about work at work.
Let me ask you,
Don't say that out loud.
if you, let's say you like
They know I'm not.
creative endeavors, right?
Yeah.
They started making you money. They started generating you money. And you then took on those creative endeavors full time.
Right.
Would you still feel like you needed that work-life balance, or would you be so involved with your work that it just becomes life? Like it's just a part of your everyday routine and it's just what you do.
I feel like if I was that invested into the creative side to the point where it was generating me money, I wouldn't even see it as work.
Yes, you will.
No, I wouldn't. Because,
That shit work.
bro, I've hosted shows before and got paid for it. But the reason why I was able to stand up there for 4 hours, 5 hours is because I enjoy what I do.
Yeah, but it still work.
I don't see it as work.
When you do it enough.
Don't tell me what I see,
I'm gonna tell you,
Austin.
when you do it enough where it's like not only in the time that you're actually hosting, you have
Right.
to prep, the time to prep, the
Right.
time
That's what I was
to
gonna say.
get your material together, the time to learn, the time to research.
Right.
Like that's the work. That's the work part of it. Like, yeah, you could show up and do it and it's fun, but
Right.
when the time comes where it's like I'm doing it enough and it's repetitive, it's like I have to actually put in the work.
Because you don't just go on the stage
Right.
and just
And
be
you
like,
get
let
tired
me
of that.
wing it.
You
Yeah,
do get tired. You get burnt
prep
out
for
from
it.
that. You get burnt out
prep
from
for
that
it.
for sure.
I don't
That's your
I
work
don't know.
though. You prep for it.
I don't see it as work
Is
because
it- it's the
because I'm enjoying it the way I do.
But it's the same way.
I wake up for my 9 to 5 and don't want to go to my job.
Right.
But I know it's something I have to do.
But when you're at work, you said you don't even think about work. It's because you're just used to doing it. You don't even think that is work. Even though you hate it, you're still doing it like naturally.
Nah, because I want to be somewhere else. I'm always thinking about like, yo, it don't feel right here.
Right.
Because of the type of person I am, the way I think, it doesn't feel right for me to be here. So I'd rather think about something that I want to do on the creative side. Like, yo, damn, let me search up how to make the podcast look better. Right. Let me search up new equipment to enhance my videos. Or even, let me watch this comedian and see his take on stand-up.
Do
and
you
learn
feel
some new
like
techniques.
Do you feel like that helps you?
What you mean?
Like you being at work, right? But your mind being somewhere else. Do you feel like that helps the situation?
Absolutely.
Really?
It helps the situation because, like, it gets me through the day, and I know my goal isn't to be here.
Right.
Like, I'm always envisioning on improving my creative side.
Okay. See, lately I've been coming to this conclusion of what work-life balance is. And I'm starting to feel, and this varies job by job because you say you don't like your job pretty much.
I just said I didn't like it.
Okay, well
It's cool,
when you're
but-
there, you kind of wish you were somewhere else.
Yeah,
Okay, my job, I can speak personally.
your job is both.
Well, yeah,
You work and go somewhere else.
but being amongst people, I kind of feel like it energizes me. And lately, I haven't felt any type of disdain going. I haven't felt that in a while.
Right.
But I haven't felt any type of disdain going to work. And when I go to work, I get energized. And when I leave work, I'm still energized. And I'm like, oh, I could do more. Like it feels like a momentum type of thing.
Right.
And I was on the plane the other day, and there was a guy, I forgot his name, but he does interviews with like celebrities and shit. This nigga was, from the moment he got on the plane, he opened his laptop, started working.
Right.
This is like taxiing. He gets in the air, he's still working. I walk over to him, he's eating his fucking chicken with bacon, no carbs, no nothing, working. I leave, come back, his screen is completely different, but he's still working. I leave, come back, he's doing fucking what's the shit with the where you pay people, payroll. He's doing fucking payroll. Like, I'm nosy as shit, but I'm like, yo, he literally worked from a whole 6-hour flight from beginning to end. And talking to him, like his eyes were vibrant, like he was alert, he was happy. And I was like, yo, this nigga like loves what he does. I really think that his work is his life. Like, I don't think
When you say that, this is the part that's like confusing. When you say life,
That's
what is the life part that you're when you're comparing work and life? What is the life part that you're comparing?
Something that brings you energy. It brings you more life. So when you do it, you feel more alive after you do it, or when you've done it.
You see how that goes back to my answer?
Not necessarily the life like responsibilities of
No,
life.
no, not like kids and family and shit like that. I'm talking about
That's the life.
Yeah,
When you say
because
work
that's-
life, that's the stuff I think about friends.
Yeah, you're talking
family,
about, like, relationships
kids,
and then work.
errands, like shit that you have to do in life.
right.
Not just me feeling, vibrant and lively.
Right.
Right. Because I think the vibrant and lively part comes from doing something that you love to do. Right. Whereas like you don't really put it on a scale and say, is it balanced or is it not balanced?
Because
it's
that
just a
guy
matter
was-
of am I in the right position?
Right.
That guy was technically still working.
I've been on the flight and worked the entire flight.
Yeah, he's
Right.
still working.
But it's a difference between he's sitting there doing payroll for a company he probably runs that he built from the ground up, doing something he enjoys.
Right.
So it don't feel like
work.
It's tedious responsibilities, but it doesn't feel like work because you're doing what you want to do. You're calling your shots, you're doing it on your terms.
Right. And I agree with that. I also think that going back to what you said about, I think separating work from like life is where a lot of people go wrong. It should be, I get to go to work and I get to make money. That's a part of my life. I think a lot of people have this type of view of work that it makes your job worse than what it is.
Right.
Because you're like, oh fuck, I gotta go to work now. But like if you're going to work because you got this goal or you got this amount of money that you want to save, you change the perspective and work becomes something completely different. It becomes an
That's why I said
opportunity
I
to make
just do
money.
what
What
I
if you're a
gotta do.
correctional officer?
Even that.
Do what you got to do.
You know what it is too, and we talked about it a long time ago, and it's like the difference between a job and your career.
Right.
If you're in your career, there's somewhere what you do is helping you as an individual. Not only are you if you're working for a company or you whatever, but what you do is for yourself as an individual, right? So like the stuff that you do, let's say your time is up at 5, whatever, right? 5 p.m. Like, all right, even though my time is up, I'm still working on myself and my career. So I'm doing additional on top of, my normal work hours, right? Like, because that's for my career. Whereas like someone who's just clocking out from a standard job that's like, all right, I'm just doing this now to get paid, you can't have the same expectations. It's like if I'm in my career, I should be lively. I should be wanting to do this. I should be enjoying the process, right? And then going back to live my life, right?
Right.
But it's like if it's just a job, yeah, it's temporary. You're getting through it, and most people won't be lively in that because it is temporary.
That's why I always said a career is harder than a job.
Yeah,
A career is a lot harder than a job. People think like, oh, I have a career. Like it really doesn't get easier. You have more responsibility.
But even
When
with
you have a career.
even with the regular job, I just don't think people are, and it might be a bit disingenuous, but I just think that people aren't grateful for the job that they have in this moment. Like this, just because you're in this job doesn't mean that this is where you're gonna stay. Like you could have the shittiest job in the world, but have a goal to get out of it and enjoy it while you have it. Like you making money right now.
I see what you're
But
saying.
the thing is, like, all right, I'm happy to get a paycheck. Cool, whatever. When I get paid, it's whatever. But more so, the thing I take away most from the job is the people I met. The people who played a factor when I didn't. The people that played a factor in
Sat me here.
the people that played a factor in my life outside of the job.
Yeah.
Who and then some, like, even patients I never saw again, who gave me certain moments at that job.
Like a tip.
Not even tip. Pause. Not even that. It was like there was one time there was this dude when I was doing like transportation, moving patients around the hospital, right? So I'm talking to this guy. He's giving me advice. Older gentleman. He said the one thing he said to me that I never forgot. He said, "If I died right now, everything would be fine." And I said, "Why'd you say that?" He said, it's like if I think back on my life, I married the girl of my dreams. I traveled the world. All my kids are excelling in life. So if I died right now, I'll be fine." And then when I really thought, I think about that. I think about him saying that all the time because that's the one thing I heard in that hospital that was like, to me, he's fulfilled in life.
Right.
He
That's
made-
how you want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
He
That's how you
made
wanna
it.
go.
He made it to a space in life to where saw
happy.
he was happy.
Yeah.
He saw the world. He saw his grandkids doing good. He sees his kids doing good. He married his wife, the girl of his dreams. He's like, yo, at this point, if the day's the day I go, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
and
that's
I was
dope.
like, I would love to be at that point. Not that I want to die, but if I get
You know
to,
what? Yeah, it's coming.
I'd have been pushing his ass
What?
and said, you know what, man? You right. I'd have walked right outside. Oh, man, that's some good advice, man. Leave your ass right here. I'm
Nigga
gonna-
roll right down to the fucking staircase. Fucking break his neck. Nigga just let him go and die. That's crazy.
Not right now.
Shakespeare, come down to the office.
Yo,
I've been
Lily,
out the building.
Lily says, agreed, Austin. And some people don't want to make their work their life. Some people want to leave work at work and have great lives outside of work and enjoy their job while they are there. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, work-life balance doesn't exist. You make work your life.
I mean, it's a part of your
I
life.
think
Like,
work life does exist. It
No, it
does
don't.
exist. Because I know some people who, like, when you start to leave behind the responsibilities, like I said, the friends, the family, the like you start to focus on the work more. That's when it's unbalanced. Or you focus on the life more, you're not growing and excelling in your work. Like, you do have to find a balance. Everyone's situation is different. Right. Some people have bigger families, some people have small. Like there's a lot to it, right? But it's like you have to find a balance. You have to.
Okay. Anything else y'all wanna throw in there?
no, I just think like we all pretty much like agree. Like, you say work-life balance doesn't exist, but I mean, I think you, for the most part, your work becomes a part of your life because again, everybody's pretty much got to work. You got to have some type of income or whatever. Like, you got to get a check or whatever. But depending on what you do, it's also going to affect your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you work, I don't know, 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts, right? You still got 4 days left to, I guess you're off. You still got to, that's your life. Now, when you're not, clocked in, that's your life.
Right.
But remember now, you still have to work your life around your work schedule too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
and that's
kind
working
of
itself.
so it kind of like intertwines. Also, if you want to go, a little more in depth with it, like if I'm like a corrections officer or like I don't know, I guess I wear a badge or something.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Like those type of jobs, it still kind of affects your life too because now you see the world a little bit different.
Exactly,
And it's
yeah.
gonna affect your relationships with your family, your loved ones. Like, it's gonna affect everything else. Like, you ever see those people that come home from their jobs where it's just like they got to be like screaming at people all day? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like fucking like teacher, TSA. You see how they come home and they just like they kind of exude like that same type of energy. Like, I've been
Yeah.
yelling all day. Now
Yeah,
you piss
yeah.
me. I'm gonna yell at you. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's work-life balance, but it's still all like intertwined, basically.
I
So,
could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, leave
Yo,
that shit at
shout
work.
out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you like the video. We had a great show today. Shout out Lorraine Rose. She says, I finally caught y'all live. Keep doing your thing, y'all. We love to see it. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
And Lily Wilson, she says, no, work can't be your life. You have to leave it one day.
Absolutely.
Okay.
you die.
Okay. Listen,
That's one way to leave it.
we're gonna get into chop my cheese, something that we haven't done in a long while.
Where's the transition button?
Yo, what was that?
That's the sound you want for it? Do anybody, you gotta chop my cheese? Reggie?
Nah, I'll go last.
Sure? You got something though?
Nah, I got something. Go
All
ahead.
right, cool.
I'll go last.
You know what chops my cheese?
Pause for dramatic effect.
Are you gonna ask
No,
me
we're
what
not.
chops
What
my
chops
cheese?
your cheese?
That's part of it.
Oh,
What chops your cheese?
Fuck? These niggas ain't get the memo? Listen, man.
Yep.
You having a conversation with somebody, right? Lovely conversation. You say, hey, do you have any kids? They go, oh, yeah, why? Why, yes, I do, Bello. And they pull up their phone and they show you a picture of their fucking dog or their cat. Yo, let me tell y'all something real quick. Is the camera on me?
Yeah. Hold on, wait. Hold on.
Let me tell y'all something real quick.
You want a solo?
Your pet is not your fucking kid. PSA. You did not have to carry that thing in your stomach for 9 months to then push it out of your vagina, to then breastfeed it and make sure and to ensure its survival, to then instill values into the pet to make sure that it becomes a productive member of society, and then that productive member of society, carrying on your legacy for the rest of your life, or well, the rest of the other generations. For you to sit there and say your pet is your kid is fucking weird. Stop it. All right, that's it. That's my chop my cheese.
Fur babies, basically.
Yeah, I can't stand that shit.
I got mine. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
There we go. You know what chops my cheese?
What chops your cheese, brother?
What chops your cheese?
Why are you doing it like that?
I'm not saying it.
Now, what chops my cheese is people of certain statuses. So if you're a doctor, lawyer, whatever, that's of a high standard, congratulations, you worked hard, you made it to, a certain threshold that a lot of people don't get to. But you reaching that threshold doesn't give you the right to treat people who are in the same industry as you, might not be as high, but in the same industry as you as like shit. Like, people get these titles and they get to their head. Not everybody, but for some, y'all let those titles get to your head. Doctor, I'm putting emphasis on doctor. Nurses, lawyers, things like that, to make you feel like, yo, you could really treat the person underneath you like shit. Let me tell you something. The janitor for sure can be the CEO one day. The janitor could make it to a certain position where you have to answer to him. The person who's underneath you, who's just your assistant, could become somebody of great importance. So for you to sit there and think that you could treat somebody any type of way and that karma don't come back is ridiculous. Like, y'all really have to, I'm not even gonna say humble yourselves, be a fucking human. Realize that at one point you was in a situation where you wasn't at the highest of heights when you was working. And then you finally got there and now this is how you act. Like, come on. I don't care who you are. I don't care your race, your color. It don't matter. Like, treating somebody like a human being shouldn't be a task. It should be something that should be done willingly.
I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I used to think about the day, right? I was like, yo, if I get a doctorate, the day that somebody addresses me and I be like, it's doctor. I just want to have that moment. I'm not better than you, but I just want you to call me by the prefix that I earned.
And that's fine. That's fine. You deserve that title.
But I'm not gonna
you work
treat you like
for it.
shit. Yeah, I'm not
right.
gonna treat you like shit.
You deserve that.
Yeah,
you
you
work
are.
for that.
No, I'm not
But
like that.
You ain't humble,
I'm,
nigga.
I'm humble as fuck.
No,
I'm
you
not like
not.
that.
Reggie?
But I'm like, it's doctor to you.
Nigga, even saying it like that would piss me the fuck off.
you.
It's
Nah,
doctor to you.
they do that a lot. They be like,
Put
no,
some
it's
that's
doctor.
That's put some respect on my name.
Facts. I mean, you earned it.
Right.
You
So-
did earn it though.
But you're not treating nobody like shit, which I agree. I don't
Right,
like when
right.
people do that.
But don't correct me either.
What do you mean?
Don't tell me it's doctor.
But it's literally in the name.
I don't care.
Oh, I'm correcting you.
Now, no, wait a minute. Don't tell me it's doctor. You still a student. You ain't get there yet. You ain't get there yet.
All right, Reggie, you got one?
Yeah, I got one.
Nigga thinking of his shit right now.
Nah. I want to know how to phrase it.
Listen, give him a good one.
I got solo.
Give him a good one, man. You got a solo. And you got to ask, you know what chops my cheese?
You know what chops my cheese?
What chops your cheese,
brother Reggie? Dr. Reggie.
Dr. Reggie.
Don't ever do that shit. People who get into relationships.
Speaking to the
right?
mic.
Michelle is fine. All right. People who get into relationships, man. Let me tell y'all something. Relationships, it's not about the superficial. It's about what's underneath. Okay? You don't just get into relationships just to say, I got a girlfriend or I got a boyfriend. Get into a relationship to say, how can I better this person and how can this person better me? And let's work towards that goal. Let's work towards marriage, kids, house, pick a fence. You know, the old American dream.
This nigga's really happy.
I am really happy. Why can't we just do that? We need to stop. We need to go back to the ages. Hey, man. This is how they can focus in. We need to get back to the times where we actually, not for real, we need to get back to the times where we actually cherished relationships.
Okay.
When I say cherished relationships, I'm not talking about what we have now where it's like, you see it on social media and it's just like, yeah, I want to be like that, or that's my goal. Like, how was how is somebody else's relationship your goal? That never made any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, Bello, you're bad
instead of,
bro.
what happened? Oh. They missed my solo?
Nah, you good. You got. Nah, you good. You good. Keep going.
You go.
All right. Yeah. Hey, you still going? Yeah. So like I said, we need to get back to the eras of like cherishing like one another. Like this things I see like nowadays was just like that never made no sense to me. Like somebody who you don't know or people who you don't know are your relationship goals.
Hold on, brother. I'm sorry. Slide back over that way.
Oh, I'm good now.
No, you good now.
Ah. That was way too close.
Roll up in my space.
Thank you. Yeah, like somebody who you don't know is like your relationship goal or like somebody you admire, like a celebrity or something. That doesn't make any sense to me. You don't know this person for a hole in the wall, right?
Yo.
But you just like, like I want to be like them. Like that's the type of relationship that I want. Like, and most of the time it's people that aren't even regular. You know what I'm saying? It's like people that's like way above your tax bracket or your status, where it's just like, yeah, I want to be like. I don't mind like you saying like I admire to have those things one day, but what we used to really do, I guess, back in like, our parents' house, whatever, they looked into the people around them. Like, I want to be like my grandmother or my grandfather. My grandfather was a hard worker. My grandmother, she loved her children. She loves her grandchildren. She took care of the house, or she took care of my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't look at that now. Everything is more like, it's superficial. Like, we got to get this, we got to get that. Now, we can't wear this because, like, these celebrities don't wear that. Like, it's just like, we look at everything else outside of things that's way beyond our scope instead of everything else that's in front of us to like push us to some things that we don't even really truly want. That's just how I feel.
Yo,
That's about cheese.
So fuck the trends of relationships.
Yeah,
Right.
that's just corny.
Jigga said, yeah, he got a girl. I never heard him talk like this. Nigga said, nah, this different. Ladies, he getting soft. Oh, now so y'all quiet. Now y'all quiet in the chat.
Wow.
And then Ted G says, homie happy.
I'm happy, man.
Who is it?
I'll
Okay,
tell you
shout
later.
out.
I'll tell
Shout
you later.
out. Go
I'll tell you
ahead.
later.
All right.
I'll tell you later.
This nigga's messy as fuck.
Austin, you got to chop my cheese?
Nope.
All right, then. Yo, this has been a great show. Listen, make sure you like the motherfucking video. We got 20 people in the live right now. We need y'all to make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. And you have just...
Wait, hold on.
Let me say something.
Go ahead.
Nigga, you want to shout and just end the show. Listen, your Mans in Them Live is almost at 1,000 subscribers. If you are not subscribed right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends to subscribe as well. What are you doing all this for?
Nigga stole my moment.
Word.
Yeah,
That's what Shake was about to do.
Because I want to be the only one that
Hold
talk
on.
all show.
Me? This nigga was talking the whole show.
I'm the guest.
Hold on. Wait, this is what I was going to do. I was going to be like, ladies and gentlemen of your Mans in Them Live, and to the millions and millions of the Mans in Them Live fans, we are almost towards 1,000 subscribers. Not 100, not 200, but 1,000 subscribers. Right now, we are at...
You peeking, bro. You peeking.
You peeking, bro. You
Get off the
peeking.
mic,
Go ahead,
bro.
Shake. Talk your shit.
Thank you.
Don't listen to
I
this.
just want to say
It
that
wasn't
I
even
really
doing
love
the
him.
effect because you was fucking cupping the mic.
Right. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Is the effect coming through now?
I think so.
I hope so.
It's only going through your mic.
Right.
It is?
Yes.
Why you turn off my effect?
Nigga, you did that. Ladies and gentlemen, there we
Nigga
go.
didn't give him his mic back.
Ladies and gentlemen of your Mans in Them Live,
Don't look at me, nigga. Look at them.
I need my solo.
Holy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen of your Mans in Them Live, and all the millions and millions of future listeners that's going to be listening in. Listen to this. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. Not 100, not 200, but 1,000. And we can only get there with your help. So we need you to like the live, share the live, and also tell your Mans in Them about your Mans in Them Live. If you smell what your Mans in Them Live is cooking.
Yo,
get this nigga off.
shout out to everybody in the chat. We appreciate you for joining tonight's show. Shout out to Ted G's, Marquise Rawls, Creative Myth, Nikki. Shout out to Lauren W. Shout out to all the new people, all the old people, all the people who have not yet
Shout
been
out
able
Reggie.
to. Yo, let me.
I'm dropping Reggie's Insta in the chat. Go give Reggie
Shout
a
out
follow.
to my boy Reggie Porter in the Fuck.
I just said
Reggie
that.
Porter
I
in
just
the
said
building,
that.
my nigga.
But I just said that.
He is honorary family on Your Mans and Them Live, and we appreciate you for coming. You did a great job. And you just finished watching Your Mans and Them Live. I'm Your Man's Bello.
Now watch Your Mans and Them Live.
What? I don't like this mic. This mic don't work. Get my fucking mic.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir. Why you cut me off?
What
Yo,
is
Shake
happening?
is breaking the mics, bro. I'm in man's Austin Phillies.
They gonna clip this.
God
They
damn.
gonna clip this. I know they are. They gonna clip this.
The whole song ended.
You are now watching Your Mans and Them Live.
And I'm your man Shakespeare in a random studio in Brooklyn, New York. This is your Mans and Them Live.
You are now watching Your Mans and Them Live.
You are now rocking with your mans in them. You know this shit fire with your mans in them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans in them. With your mans in them. With your mans in them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans in them. Go have a good time with your mans in them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans in them. It's your mans in them. It's your mans in them.
You are now watching Your Mans and Them Live.
You are now rocking with your mans in them.